Good morning. Feeling okay. Thank you for checking in. Please check in. Hi, Lexi. Hi, Tina. How are you all doing? Hi, Ann. Got lots to cover with you guys today, so hopefully you guys can bear with me. I was trying to take notes and I didn't quite finish taking my notes. I got so into it of what I wanted to share that I realized it was 8:30 to start. So, so thank you all for being here. So today's flow, we're going to go into some space weather cosmology. So please let me know, especially if there's been changes in your inner being or your sleep or your anxiety or your stress, especially I want to say in the last 2 hours. I mean, the last 2 days, sorry, not last 2 hours, the last 2 days since Monday. I must say Monday evening to today. So I'm going to share with you, if you could just give me updates to see how you are doing compared to Monday evening because it's going to see if there's any kind of connection with what's been happening in the space weather realm. We're going to be working with turtle medicine. Interestingly enough, as I put into the description there, that turtle came up yesterday as well, and we had tortoise last week, so there's a lot of turtle medicine floating around. So there's some things that obviously some big medicine that we need to be hearing, not just individually but collectively. So we're going to be going into that, and hopefully we're going to be working with the Tibetan bowls and the meditation. So hopefully you can bear with me this morning. I'm kind of not feeling too well. I'm PMSing quite a bit, so and when if I PMS bad, that it usually, and if it's too TMI for some of you, that's okay, that I actually get severe abdominal and pelvic pain, and that usually is telling me I'm purging something. So so bear with me if I seem a little off today. So thank you for being here. All right, so let's start with space weather. Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of you have been saying that you are feeling a little bit better. I missed some of the comments on without scrolling regarding Monday. So let's just go into what's happening Monday. What happened Monday evening into yesterday. So we did have a you're PMSing too, and it's really difficult. I hear that. Yes. So now this, I can't say whether or not you might be sensitive to space weather or not, but that is up to you. And what I see is, like, when I do these updates and reports, if you see a pattern, that I would say, listen to that pattern, okay? Hi, Arlene. Thank you for joining. Great to see you here. So, hi, Heather. So here's the thing. So we just had our first solar flare, not a big one, but the first real documentable solar flare in quite some time, which is creating what they call sun cycles. And what happened Monday we weren't directly affected by the solar flare, but it triggered off, because we were around some coronal holes. It did fire off some coronal hole streams into the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, so hi, Chelsea. So what happened was that this space weather kind of came in, and if you're not familiar with space weather, I'm finding a big link to especially those that are sensitive, or those that especially have a history of trauma. And it might affect those with a history of trauma a little bit differently than those that just might be like empathic or intuitive. So this is just where you have to kind of see. The good news with space weather reporting, it's going to get better probably in the next 5 years, because there's a lot of investment in that area, not just from the United States, but from other countries, to research the solar effects on the Earth, okay, which is great for us, because some of the things I can't validate for you if you ask me questions about some of the space weather, because there isn't the science. I'm going based on purely patterns of what I've experienced personally in the past 5 years, and there is some science behind, and it's coming out of Europe, with how certain solar flares and certain space weather can trigger events. And that's usually with how they found it with astronauts. So things like people with heart conditions, anxiety, PTSD, insomnia, those are usually the symptoms that tend to get amplified, or those that just may chronic fatigue might get amplified, okay, or and pain. So all those big chronic things. So we did have a solar flare that triggered off some coronal hole streams, which then affects the Earth's electrical circuit, and we forget that we are electrical beings, okay? So when that hits the Earth circuit, it's going to also hit our circuits, right? Because we're all kind of plugged in. Now, the timing of when it hits you or if it affects you or not is really something you have to figure. I do find that some people, like an intuitive thing, can feel it coming before it actually hits the Earth. And there are those, like what happened to me yesterday, is I feel like it hit me. I actually woke up with immense anxiety yesterday, and I knew it was off the cuff. And when I looked at the space weather reports, I go, okay, that's what triggered that one. Okay, so, and it dissipated, but it gave me such extreme fatigue by like 3 o'clock, I had to go lay down. I couldn't finish the rest of my work. So it was one of those situations, and I've learned to go with the flow with these situations. Okay, so these are some of the things that you might be experiencing. It might affect your sleep. It might affect all these different things. And they have what's called the KP index. It raises the bar. So it was if I kind of give you like green light, yellow light, red light, it was kind of like in the yellow zone. And so that's saying that there was a lot of flux in the Earth's magnetic field that was affecting the Earth plane. Okay, so hopefully, so like if you were abnormally exhausted for no reason, or maybe more than normal having sleep issues, or more than normal having anxiety or heart palpitations, those type of things, you know, when you factor in the space weather, it might explain if you understand the patterns. So it's not necessary that you have to run to the doctor. It just means that pay attention and just more or less go with the flow. So thank you for all of you. I'm reading as I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to multitask here. So thank you for sharing with the insomnia and the exhaustion and the waking up the past 2 nights. So all that could be. So the challenge is, here's the thing. Find out if you sleep better tonight, you know, and I won't know until probably tomorrow morning, because I usually don't get the reports until about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to see what shifts have happened. So good morning, Tina. Good morning, Cindy. So extreme fatigue, yes. So, you know, there might be some things here. So it's not for me to say whether or not. And yes, so the KP index was high, I want to say late Monday evening into early Tuesday morning. So how that fits in, right? It's like weather forecasting, right? When we have like a nor'easter that comes here, it's knowing how it might affect our energy, you know, and we've got a lot going on with the COVID-19. So if we're already amplified, this is just like adding salt to the wounds, okay, and just going boom, okay, or fuel to the fire. But here's the thing. This card here, Turtle, is, let's just move on to this part. The turtle energies, no coincidence here. Again, I always chuckle when this stuff happens, which is why, like, if for some of you who might even own some of these, the mugs that I created, the t-shirts, and if anybody wants one, I can mail one. Just pay me for the cost, and, you know, shipping and handling, all that kind of stuff. So, but it's relax, your soul's got your back. That is something I have been hearing for years, because this is the time we need to really listen, okay? Relax, our soul's got our back. Our heads are going. We're being inundated with COVID. Every time you turn on the TV, it's something about COVID. We already know what's going on. So Turtle is actually reminding us that to retreat and come back within. And I was taking notes for myself earlier, and if I can find all of them. And so what I kept hearing was with turtle, especially the ocean turtle, because it's showing me in the water, that I'm hearing the ocean is very symbolic for the emotion. So we're in a sea of emotions right now. But at the same time, the ocean is where the purity, where the cleansing, all can happen at the same time. So the turtle is reminding us we need to cleanse and purify all the things that we're doing. This is some of the teachings that I do when I teach Jikiden Reiki. That's non-Western, by the way. It's done out of Japan, so it's very Shinto and Buddhist rooted. And we go into this on a much deeper level, and we go into how does that happen? Because a lot of our physical illnesses, our diseases, we can trace back to some stuck emotion. And in Japan, it's usually linked to one of two emotions, some form of anger or some form of worry. Okay, when we're stuck there, that's how it's like a breeding ground, right, for toxic emotions. And if we're not living from a state of gratitude and being present at the same time, then that's the antidote. That's raising our vibration, okay? But the anger and worry lowers our vibration. So the turtle is about stop trying so hard. Stop thinking if you're doing everything wrong. Stop thinking if you're not doing enough, okay? This is a time to withdraw, pull back, go in, stop trying to make things happen. I kept hearing things like sure and steady, okay? And I kept hearing that this is great medicine. This is probably why between the tortoise and this coming up twice in a week, okay, that the universe is saying the turtle medicine is what we need right now. So cocooning. Remember, the turtle has a protective shell, right? Okay, what's that shell? That's its house, but it's also its protection. What is it doing? It's its self-defense mechanism. There's a reason why turtles don't have too many enemies on the planet. Not only does it not have too many enemies, but it's one of the oldest living creatures on the planet that has survived pandemics, that has survived chaos through thousands and thousands and thousands of years. It's one of the oldest creatures on this planet, and it's directly connected to a lot of our ancestors. All right, so the protective shell, we go into our protective shell, okay? What has been 2020 teaching us? Not just cocooning, but going in and doing our inner work. So when we go into our protective shell, not only are we protecting ourselves from all the chaos that's on the outside world that's happening, we're allowing ourselves to heal and understanding that we are protected while we do the inner work that is required of us right now. So there's a sense of safety. How many of you have been feeling the need to have more safety in your life? This is where safety comes in. This is where solace comes in, okay? We're all going through some rough patches. So when you're not sure if you're going through that phase or if you're struggling like with meditation, yoga, prayers, all those things, even though you think you've got it, I'm right there with you all, okay? We're in this together, and I'm blown away just at myself at the things that this time should be giving me and I'm not being able to accomplish, like finishing writing and doing the editing on my book so I can get it out, which, by the way, is on healing trauma and chronic illness through the Gokai, which is some of the things that we do in the meditations here, okay? So, so this is some of the things that we need to just kind of pay attention to, okay? Does that make sense for you all? Yes? No? Okay. So what I want you to do when we go in to the meditation, we're going to start off with the Gokai again. I'm feeling the need to go there to get us centered, to get us grounded, to get us kind of like the door in. All right. And just remember the Gokai is about staying present. It's about letting go of the anger, the worry. It's about bringing gratitude into your life, not just for the sake of being, just not for like, I'm grateful that I have my family, I'm grateful I have my roof over my head. No, it's about being grateful for the sake of being grateful. And again, I always go back like to the Wayne Dyer videos where he would just get out of bed and just say, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. And, so one of the, and to do your duties fully. So your duty to do fully is to take advantage of the cocooning and do the spiritual inner work that is required of you at this time. You're doing your duties fully. You're here. You're showing up. So please embrace it fully. Embrace the teachings that I'm hoping to share that you benefit from. I'm hoping the meditation that we do. I'm hoping you benefit from. And kindness. You cannot be kind to others. And I would challenge you, as I said before in other videos, I would challenge you about being kind to others if you're not mastering the anger, if you're stuck in anger, if you're stuck in worry, and you're not being grateful and you're not being present. You cannot possibly be kind fully to others. Okay? So, and before we start the meditation part, if you find these videos, please help me, because I'm just in the same boat like you all. I'm pulling these out because I believe strongly in building community. I believe strongly in helping you in your path and connecting. If you find value, I'm asking for your help to please contribute some sort. I don't care if it's $5, $10, $20. I've had all kinds of from $5 to $40 in donations. So if you could make a donation, if you feel compelled, I want to be able to keep doing these for free, and for those who are really in a stuck place. But for those of you who are able, please, I do have the links on the description there. If you could help out on that end too, that would be absolutely wonderful, because for this to keep and sustain for free, we need to be able to help each other out here. That would be wonderful. So are you all ready to get started now in the meditation part? Okay. So again, bring your hands together into the heart center part, and take a deep breath into your tandem here, which is 1 inch below your belly. Okay. Take a deep breath in for 3, out for 5. And repeat after me. And this we ask that you do outside, verbally, because when you recite this, it's more than just in your head, but there's the resonance, there's the frequency, there's the vibration, and then there's the multisensory. So there's a reason why we recite the Gokai out loud. So please repeat after me. And it's okay if you don't know how to speak Japanese very well. It's okay. So just do the best you can, okay? Here we go. Kyo dakiwa ikaru na shinpai suna kanchaste kyo hagame etoni shinsetsu ni kyo dakiwa ikaru na shinpai suna kanchaste kyo hagame etoni shinsetsu ni kyo dakiwa ikaru na shinpai suna kanchaste kyo hagame etoni shinsetsu ni. yourself at the beach. The waves crashing over your feet. And you move in and you dive into the ocean. And this could be whether or not you are the sea turtle or you are with the sea turtle. This will be your choice. Trust in the magic, trust in the medicine that is being given to you by Turtle. And as you're floating in the waves and the move of the waves in the ocean, you are not trying to fight it, you're not trying to fight the currents, you're not trying to fight the waves, you are just in the flow. Allowing the oceans to carry you where you need to be. You are trusting in the flow. And here, if you have been connecting with your sea turtle, this is where you would want to spend, ask questions, ask a message. Turtle might have for you at this time. What is it that you need to hear? What medicine do you need to receive? Thank the sea turtle for the medicine. Thank the ancestors for their assistance, which we didn't start out, but I am thankful for the Massachusetts people, the original ancestors and stewards of the land that I reside on. Thank the ancestors. See yourself moving back into the shore and on your feet. Take a deep breath. With your next breath, see yourself back into the space of where you're in your own shell, protected and safe. Take another deep breath in your nose and out your mouth. When you're ready, you may open your eyes, wiggle your hands, wiggle your feet. And at this time, I would invite you to share with me your experience. This is important because this does help me and how to navigate this virtual reality. I'm better in person than I am virtually, so your feedback, your experiences help guide me. So if you would like to share, that would be wonderful. And while we're waiting for those to share, I wanted just to remind everybody that we have a 2-hour class coming on Friday for those who are interested in how to manage the stress that triggers the anxiety. I'm going to share 3 tips, but all experiential. We're going to, not just me telling you what they are, we're actually going to work through them and how to navigate them. So it's a 2-hour class on Friday. If you're not able to make it live, it will be on replay, okay, that you will be able to download for yourself. So if you are interested, it just has to be registered by 12 o'clock on Friday for you to participate. Okay, so let me know if you are interested in that, and I can send you the link and the registration for that. Carrie, during the initial sound bowl, my whole body relaxed. It was amazing. I'm glad, yes. As somebody who was diagnosed with complex PTSD, the reason why I combine like the Gokai with this is because this is what I find. If we can heal and relax those that are in a current fight or flight state, and especially with PTSD, then I feel like we can cure anything, because that to me I find is to be the beast. It's a link with everything from addictions to chronic illness. Unresolved trauma is an epidemic that's not seen, and it's rearing its ugly head right now in this coronavirus, and people aren't knowing how to handle that. So thank you for sharing that, Carrie. That means a lot. Thank you. And thank you for sharing that you are working through complex PTSD. So that's this is the combination. And for those who also don't know, I do offer virtual private sessions. There was a code there for those. I didn't put it on this link here, but I am offering 20% off through the 15th for anybody who wants to do a virtual session with me. Monica, very relaxed. I could visualize myself in the end. Oh, I missed the rest. That was very intense for me. Tears are flowing. I felt tension relieved. The pain in my heart lessened. Thank you for sharing. Chelsea, you are amazing. The virtual is great. The turtle told me we got this. Drop the anxiety and fear. Do not worry about what others think. I love the bowls. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, everybody. So if you find these valuable, please let's help each other out. And if you feel there is no pressure, really, I'm hoping that I'm not coming across with pressure. But if you, I did have to make a lot of investments to be able to bring these things to you live and for free. So if you feel compelled to help contribute, so I can continue to invest financially, actually, too, so I can be able to bring these to you through the Facebook Lives, that would be very grateful. So, Tina, I love the bowl so much this morning. I feel all over the place emotionally, but now feel right in my chest. So, I know I have awareness to help me. That's some more. Swimming with turtles. Yes. Thank you so much, Tina, for sharing. Thank you all for being vulnerable. Thank you all for showing up. You show up. I show up. Again, I'm here. So for those of you feeling the need to book a private session, whether it's distant healing, whether it's a combination of integrative work, some spiritual guidance, some mentorship, some teaching you some tools and how to cope through these times, you're more than welcome to book sessions. I do have some openings tomorrow as well. Candy, I love the bowls, but very sound sensitive, prefer slower tones. Okay. Travel very deep. I swam and became one with the turtle. Beautiful. Thank you so much. So I will see you Friday, and I will see you all Friday afternoon as well, for those of you who are going to be. The class, by the way, is not going to be on Facebook. It will be on Zoom, so a registration is required. Okay? And we are doing it by donation, so if for some reason Facebook was listing it as free, and I don't know why, so I had to put some tiers in there for you. But if what's not there is not doable, just send me a private message and I will work with you on the rates. I just want to be able to do it where it's by donation, where it's flexible and it's not a fixed price. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you on Friday morning again, and please share if there are things that the group can benefit from, whether it's a prayer, A mantra, please invite your friends, invite loved ones into the group so we can try to build a community that is supportive for each other as we go through the times. It's going to be at least another month out before we see some headway. Okay, it's like popping a zit. You see it coming, but it's not right there yet. So, okay, I look forward to seeing you. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me. Arigato gozaimashita.